Starting to come in.
Do you need to put it back at the beginning?
Quinn is here. Okay, is it 7?
6:59.
1 minute is a long time.
Long, so probably about 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
7.
Good evening, everyone, and a special good evening to Quinn, who was waving at me. How lovely. I'm Elisa Dickon. This evening, we're giving Matt Grissett, our music director at CVUU, a night off, well deserved. Let us begin, as we always begin our gatherings, by lighting our chalice. And my trusty assistant will light our chalice as we say the words that we know so well. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. That work was called Tuscan Gold. So maybe you're sitting, well, if the sun were shining, you might be sitting outside looking at a beautiful sunset. But yellow is a favorite color of mine. It's been my favorite color all my life. This time of year reminds me of that when I see daffodils and forsythia and the yellow iris showing us their loveliness. That color also reminds me of one of my favorite poems written by our own Sheila Dinwiddie. And with her permission, I'm reading My Religion is Yellow. My religion is yellow, hot, generous daffodils after a miserable winter. My religion is photosynthesis. My religion is children with their soft-shelled freedom, and sex with its giddy and welcome interruption to my religion, which sits alone watching the ecology crumble. My religion is memories, mine and everyone else's, has not always been, but is now order, as onto canvas from within the artist. My religion is immediate. My religion watches the colors retreat from my hair and shudders, or something on top of my religion shudders. My religion smiles at strangers, speaks too frankly for anyone's comfort, even my religion's. My religion bows to the little braveries, spit wads, recycling, pink hats, voting third party, jogging. Cigarettes are not my religion. Alcohol, grease, sugar, red meat are not my religion. They are my habits. My habits are stronger than my religion. My religion is remorse. Envy, jealousy, loneliness are not my religion. They are my fears. Therapy is my religion. Family systems, Gestalt, Rogerian. My fears are holes in my religion. Roofs are my religions, pointed ones, and restaurants. Food is my religion, fixing it, growing it, eating it, offering it, accepting it. My religion is mending and the mender. My religion is women and men, full of tenderness, spunk, and forgiveness. Poetry is my religion, which is everything. piece is The Water is Wide, and it was recently played and sung by Garrett McAuliffe. But in this version, it's called The Gift of Love. Mary Oliver is such a wonderful poet, and what would a service for Zoom-atarians be without Mary Oliver? The sunflowers. Come with me into the field of sunflowers. Their faces are burnished discs. Their dry spines creak like ship masts. Their green leaves, so heavy and many, fill all day with the sticky sugars of the sun. Come with me to visit the sunflowers. They are shy, but want to be friends. They have wonderful stories of when they were young, the important weather, the wandering crows. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. Their bright faces, which follow the sun, will listen. And all those rows of seeds, each one a new life, hope for a deeper acquaintance. Each of them, though it stands in a crowd of many, like a separate universe, is lonely. The long work of turning your lives into a celebration is not easy. Come and let us talk with those modest faces, the simple garments of leaves, the coarse roots in the earth, so uprightly burning. These last two pieces were written by local hammered dulcimer player Bob Clark. They are entitled Roseanne and Take My Arm. As we take each other's virtual arm this week, may we be safe. May we be kind and compassionate. And may we do good work from our shelter and 6 feet apart. I'm going to play a bit more, and while I do that, please use the chat bubble at the bottom of your screen to share Book of Life events that will later be put into the Book of Life. Reverend Justine will end this service reading a poem appropriate for the times.
Thank you, Elisa, for all the beautiful music that you have shared with us this evening and the readings that you chose. Just a beautiful service. And Elisa asked me to close out with this reading that has been making the rounds, and the people stayed home. And it's extraordinary that someone would have written something some 100 years ago about a time much like this one. And as it turns out, the poem is actually written in the modern day by a journalist named Kitty O'Meara. So it's not 100 years old, but it certainly speaks to what we are going through at this time. And Quinn, it is so good to see you. By Kitty O'Meara. And the people stayed home and read books and listened and rested and exercised and made art and played games and learned new ways of being and were still and listened more deeply. Some meditated, some prayed, some danced, some met their shadows. And the people began to think differently, and the people healed. And in the absence of people living in ignorant, dangerous, mindless, and heartless ways, the earth began to heal. And when the danger passed and the people joined together again, they grieved their losses and made new choices and dreamed new images and created new ways to live and heal the earth fully as they had been healed. Beloveds, may it be so. May the earth be healed, and may we all feel that healing power of love and connection and music. Go in peace. And Elisa, will you take us out with something?